Hi, I'm Kelly Penny, and I'm Coppell ISD's Chief Financial Officer, and I'm here today to share a little bit of information with you regarding School Finance 101. We're going to start with how Texas public schools are funded. Texas public schools, traditional K-12 schools, are funded through a combination of property taxes and state aid. And Coppell ISD is considered a Chapter 41 district, which is a wealthy district, so therefore the district makes recapture payments to the state, and the district, of course, pays recapture, which is also known as Robin Hood. Those terms are used interchangeably. The other piece is, of course, the assessed values, which drive our tax collections. The district has seen growth in the tax assessed values annually, as have all surrounding districts in the Metroplex due to the economy growing. I think one of the misconceptions seems to be with school finance in general across the state is that as the assessed values grow, school districts get to maintain the majority of that growth, when reality, not only for a wealthy district, but also a property poor district, the state Chapter 41 districts, they're sending a lot of that growth back to the state. For example, this year, Coppell ISD had increased assessed values of about 5.6%, which equated to about $7 million additional dollars in tax revenue. However, our recapture grew by $7 million. So this year, the district did not get to keep any of that additional growth. The other piece of the puzzle of school finance is, of course, our students and their attendance. And this year, our enrollment is 12,572. Our budgeted revenue is a little over $137 million, so we're going to be sending approximately $37 million back to the state. So whenever you take that net number, the difference between those two, you get a little over $100 million, and if you divide that by 12,572, which is our enrollment number, that comes up to 7,961. So you can tell when you include your gross information, your taxes and everything, and you're not taking out recapture, we have 10,908. When you include recapture, it's 7,961. So the variance is very substantial whenever you're taking recapture into consideration. We have two tax rates. We have a maintenance and operations tax rate, which pays for our daily operations, teacher salaries, transportation costs, utilities. Every other year, we have the Texas Association of School Board comes in and evaluates our pay across the board, looking at teachers, instructional, non-instructional, because we want to make sure that our pay remains extremely competitive. We are very pleased at the results that we've always received from TASB whenever they've come in. They look not only at Coppell ISD, but they use all of our surrounding districts and do this service actually for all districts across the state, so they are very great at what they do. Our teacher pay is extremely competitive, but there's also some pieces that you don't see in the basic salary, which is the amount the district contributes for health care. The district contributes $311 per month for all of our teachers. This is one of the largest amounts, not the largest, but we are one of the highest contributors for our health care to help defray that cost. So whenever you begin to look at not just pay, you also need to look at some additional benefits that are provided to district employees. The M&O tax rate, we are at $1.17. That is the maximum allowed by the state. And then we have the debt service, or INS tax rate. And that tax rate is what we pay our debt with. As you know, the district holds bond elections, and that is similar to you being approved for a home mortgage, and then we must repay that debt. That is the tax rate that we use to repay the debt, and that is not subject to recapture. And that tax rate this year was lowered by $0.015. I have some general information that you can find on the district's website. It has a list of every school district that is in Collin, Dallas, Denton, Rockwall, and Tarrant County, and there are 67 of those. And I am very pleased to say that Coppell ISD's tax rate is in the 57% bracket. So there are 56% of the districts in the DFW Metroplex area that have a tax rate higher than Coppell ISD. Some information that you can find in the district's budget book. This is on our website. The district produces this book every year. It's over 100 pages, lots of great information. So if you have time, I highly encourage you to go in and look at the book. We break it down the way that Texas Education Agency says we must break things down when the board adopts the budget, but we also provide lots of detailed information regarding individual campuses, demographic data. So that is the basic School Finance 101.